grief, anxiety, depression today, in times of the financial crisis of social systems, the growing economic disparities in the social classes, the endless multiplication of bureaucratic procedures, the pervasive corruption, the unsuccessful strikes, protests, revolutions, the ubiquitous wars of deaths of innocent people for profit or power, and above all, the ecological crisis of such devastating proportions that we are talking about the sixth biological extinction process in the history of planet Earth. We are feeling a number of different griefs. We feel the world has changed, and it has. We know this is temporary, but it doesn't feel that way, and we realize things will be different. The loss of normalcy, the fear of economic toll, the loss of connection. This is hitting us, and we are grieving collectively. We are not used to this kind of collective grief in the air. We're also feeling anticipatory grief. Anticipatory grief is that feeling we get about what the future holds when we are uncertain. There's something bad out there. With the virus, this kind of grief is so confusing for people. Our primitive mind knows something bad is happening, but you can't see it. We're feeling that loss of safety. There are stages of grief, but the stages aren't linear and may not happen in this order. There's a denial, there's anger, there's bargaining, there's sadness, and finally there is acceptance. Acceptance, as you might imagine, is where the power lies. We find control in acceptance. There is sixth stage to grief, meaning. I did not want to stop at acceptance when I experienced some personal grief. I wanted meaning in those darkest hours. And I do believe we find light in those times. There is something powerful about naming this as grief. It helps to feel what's inside of each of us. When you name it, you feel it and it moves through you. Emotions need motion. It's important we acknowledge what we go through. Let me go for 5 minutes to feel sad. Your work is to feel your sadness and fear and anger, whether or not someone else is feeling something. Fighting it doesn't help, because your body is producing the feeling. If we allow the feelings to happen, they will happen in an orderly way, and it empowers us. Then
we're not the victims. The truth is, a feeling moves through us. We feel it, and it goes, and then we go to the next feeling. There's no gang out to get us. It's absurd to think we shouldn't feel grief right now. Let yourself feel the grief and keep going.